with heavy rainfall and strong winds.
A storm that's been billed as the most powerful in years barreled into Los Angeles with a vengeance on Friday.
Highways were submerged,
Hundreds of trees and dozens of power lines were knocked down.
and about 150,000 households lost power.
Cars were seen stuck in rising water.
Sinkholes opened up,
The storm has turned some of Los Angeles' busiest freeways into lakes,
and mudslides gave out.
making the Friday commute home from work treacherous.
It is a deluge.
The deluge created surreal scenes.
Everything's shut down. So, I never seen it like this around here.
Some larger vehicles tried to pass through the floodwaters, but it was impassable for most.
It came down all at once, all right?
Southwestern California is dealing with the impacts of one of the strongest winter storms to hit this area in 6 years, and the concern for additional flooding is not over.
All attention right now is being switched to central and northern California as we are expecting another storm system to move into town as we get into Monday.
Stay cool. This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News presents.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is February 18th, 2017. We have another round of storms heading into California. They've slowly started, and it should pick up heavy pace about midnight into Monday, and then rain through Tuesday. And I've seen estimates that say anywhere from a couple inches of rain to 10 inches. The estimate for the Oroville Dam is 5 inches. And now I'm going to talk to you about the Oroville Dam. What I'm about to tell you is my own personal opinion, and that please, if you're in the area, do your own research, make your own decisions, and let it be known that I could be classified as paranoid all the time. And a guy who thinks in best case, worst case scenario, where I envision the worst case scenario and try to avoid it. So, for my personal opinion, I am in California right now. I'm 120 miles south of the Oroville Dam right now. My plan is to get out of Dodge by midnight, and Sage and Luna are coming with me. We've traveled the area a bit. Down in Modesto, that area is super flooded. Seems like the entire state of California is super soggy. So I predicted a few days ago to Sage, I said, just watch, when this shit starts to hit, we're going to see a lot of infrastructure fail all over the state. And we've seen sinkholes pop up, highways go down, highways break. I know the 17 is broken. The 5 has major trouble spots in some areas. And so I've been watching the Oroville Dam, since it started. It started about right when I got here. No relation, no correlation, had nothing to do with it. It's weird because the emergency spillway's failing and the main spillway's failing. They're like, don't worry, the dam is okay. It's like if you have a chair and 2 of the legs break off, they're like, don't worry, the chair is okay. You can still sit in the chair part. And we live in an age where the government isn't always as forthcoming with the information. And they're in a very tight spot whether, tell people to evacuate, don't evacuate, to assess the situation. But I know that when I woke up today and I checked the latest footage of the Oroville Dam, it looks very scary to me personally. So we're getting the hell out of Dodge. And, to me, my opinion and assessment has been that the main spillway is like a wick and a firework, and that the water keeps eating the wick. So the water is like the flame of the spark. You feel me? So the wick keeps getting eaten, man. I don't know. And here's the precarious spot. Like, it may not fail this week, it may not fail next week. But I know that rounds and storms are probably coming into California. And so, I don't know, unless they do some miracle government work, I have a hard time believing that thing won't fail. And this doesn't even include like the Shasta Dam, the rivers, and I'm under the impression that California is going to get wave after storm. Like right now we're looking at the future cloud water. This is the 19th. Now go forward to the 20th, and you got 3 waves. You got the storm hitting here, and then you got 2 more coming. See that? I would edit it better, but I don't have time. You understand? You got like 2 batarangs. These all look like scary aliens, which factors into my decision-making process also. Like, look at this storm. Like, look how giant that is. It's almost the entire, that's bigger than almost double American coast on the west. And so you got another one coming, more like all this moisture down here. And so I don't know when the storms are going to end, but I don't see them ending anytime soon. So my belief that the dam is going to fail. I don't know when, but that main spillway is just scary. So I recommend you take this very, very seriously. And that it doesn't matter where you are. Eventually it will affect you. That the Oroville Reservoir supplies California with 61% of all of its water. So just, if you're not in the area and you think it's not going to affect you, that is not true. So I'm just asking everybody to try and take this seriously. Don't be paranoid and make dumb decisions, but in the worst case scenario, shit could get bad, man. And look at that. That's the 19th at about 10 p.m. And then that's 1 a.m. on the 20th. That's a lot of water. And so I just believe that all the infrastructure is old and creaky, and this whole state is freaking soggy. It's like turned into a swamp. So I recommend if you are anywhere near the dam, you be extremely prepared. And also, if you're in California, I don't know, if the dam breaks, it's not going to be fun for anybody in this state, I don't believe. Anyway, I'll keep you guys posted, And say prayers for us, please. God bless everyone and stay cool. I mean, look at the waves are coming.
The wet pattern continues across the western United States. Overall, it's been extremely wet here in California, up into the Sierra here.
We've still got more active weather to contend with out across the west.
Heavy amounts of precipitation. That will lead to more areas of flooding, flood watches, flood warnings, winter storm warnings, and winter storm watches all in effect.
And we've already seen problems like this repeating over and over and over.
Take a look at that. We see this darker blue shading. This is where you've seen tremendous amounts of precipitation.
More rain is the last thing that these folks want to see.
Now, as we take a look at the latest storm that's moving through, here we see another atmospheric river starting to take shape, and it has its eyes pointed on the same places.
We're talking about additional rounds of rain, and if you look closer to the coast, you're also going to be blasted at times with a lot of wind.
As we take you into tonight and through Monday night, another round of heavy rain and heavy mountain snow.
And we're certainly concerned about additional rainfall. Northern and central California, we're focusing in on 3 to 5 inches, amounts higher in the foothills. So mudslides, debris flows. We talked about the wind and certainly a lot of travel delays going into Monday.
Futurecast shows us the river of moisture. You can see right where it's directed to same places that have been hit very hard over the past month or so.
We'll start the timing on this for early Monday to take you through rush hour, and you can see, again, it's still going to be an issue even well past that, even past the PM rush hour into Monday night and even early Tuesday going through the afternoon. We have still got some rainfall, though it slows down considerably by this point.
Places here in central and northern California will be prone to more flooding, and of course all eyes on the Oroville Dam situation there, but it does look like there'll be some pretty heavy rain here returning over the next several days.
A powerful Pacific storm system lashed California with heavy rainfall and strong winds.
A storm that's been billed as the most powerful in years barreled into Los Angeles with a vengeance on Friday.
Highways were submerged,
Hundreds of trees and dozens of power lines were knocked down.
and about 150,000 households lost power.
Cars were seen stuck in rising water.
Sinkholes opened up,
The storm has turned some of Los Angeles' busiest freeways into lakes,
and mudslides gave out.
making the Friday commute home from work treacherous.
It is a deluge.
The deluge created surreal scenes.
Everything shut down. So, I never seen it like this around here.
Some larger vehicles tried to pass through the floodwaters, but it was impassable for most.
It came down all at once, all right.
Southwestern California is dealing with the impacts of one of the strongest winter storms to hit this area in 6 years, and the concern for additional flooding is not over.
All attention right now is being switched to central and northern California as we are expecting another storm.